Welcome into Mock Trial Masterclass, your guide to controlling the courtroom. I'm Luke and I want you to be a mock trial master. Let's talk about how you can make that happen. There are very few things in mock trial that frustrates me more than a fake objection. In other words, an objection to something that just does not exist. And what we're going to talk about in this video is one of the most common types of those. I'm going to explain to you a fake objection, and I'm going to explain to you what it is. I'm going to tell you why it's fake and it's not even a real thing. And then I'm going to tell you what you should do instead if you're ever tempted to make this fake objection. I promise it's going to be a lot of fun, and you might hear it and go, yes, I hate that objection. I agree with you if that's the reaction that you have, and I can't wait to dive into it together. Before we do that, I want to remind you that if there's any topic at all you want to see me cover in a future Mock Trial Masterclass video, you can leave a comment below. I would love to tackle the topics that you guys have in mind that you guys want to learn more about. All right, ready to hop in? Let's do it. All right, like I said a second ago, we're going to go over three things in this video. What exactly is this objection that I have in mind? Why is it fake, and what should you do instead? So what is this objection? Well, I'm talking about an objection to improper impeachment. As you can guess by the name, this is an objection that comes up a lot of times during impeachments. And more often than not, it just kind of adds up to nothing more than really saying, Your Honor, I don't like this. I don't like what's going on. And it has this very whiny quality to it. But it does sound legit, right? Objection, improper impeachment. It sounds like something wrong is being done. It sounds like a rule is being broken, right? It sounds like a big deal. It's really not. And I'm going to explain now why it's not. And the reason it's not is because there's no real rule here that we're referencing. I talk a lot on this channel and in my book about how when you're dealing with objections, they're all should be rooted in the rules of evidence. An objection is really just saying, Your Honor, such and such rule is being broken. When you say objection relevance, you're saying the rule for relevance is being broken by this question or by this answer. Same goes for hearsay, improper opinion, improper character evidence, any other objection you can come up with, except this one. Because there's not really a rule that governs the procedure of impeachments. Now, we talk on this channel about the right way to do impeachments, right? You get the witness to confirm their statement, you credit their affidavit or their witness statement, and then you ultimately contradict their affidavit or witness statement. But that's more of a strategic thing. It's not really a rule you have to follow. And the objection to improper impeachment is just not rooted in any rule of evidence. If you want to get really philosophical about it, it's often a disguised hearsay objection. See, the reason that impeachments, when I go up to a witness and I say, well, earlier what you said was this, something that's contradicting what they're saying now, the reason that that's not hearsay is really two reasons. One, I'm showing them a prior inconsistent statement, and it's specifically listed in the rules of evidence, no matter what state you're in or if you're using the federal rules of evidence, that prior inconsistent statements are always going to be fair game. But even if we have disagreement over whether a statement actually is inconsistent or isn't, which a lot of times is what these improper impeachment objections stem from, it's still going to be fair game because of the purpose of me eliciting that statement, right? Because hearsay all comes down to the purpose. Are you using it to prove the truth of the matter asserted? And if you don't know what that means, go watch my video breaking down the hearsay rule. I explain it all there. But hearsay, it's all about, are we using this for the truth of the matter asserted, to prove the truth of the matter asserted, or are we using this for another purpose? And with impeachments, you're never using that other statement to prove the truth of the matter asserted. You're almost always doubting the truth. And even if you don't doubt the truth of that statement, your purpose for bringing it up in that moment isn't to prove the truth of the matter asserted. It's to try to prove that this guy has a credibility problem. It's to contradict what he or she is saying on the witness stand. So you're never really going to run into hearsay with an impeachment. So what does that leave for this improper impeachment objection? Well, not much of anything. That's why I call it a fake objection, because at the end of the day, it's just not grounded in a rule of evidence. So what should you do if you're in the middle of an impeachment and you feel like you want to make that improper impeachment objection? You feel like something bad is happening? My advice, do nothing. If it's that bad of an impeachment, the scorers are going to notice, they're going to dock the attorney's score, and your witness should have enough ability to, on the witness stand, hold their own and punish the attorney who's making a ridiculous impeachment, whether you have an issue with their procedure or with the actual point that they're making, and you're sitting there thinking, well, this isn't actually a fair impeachment. This isn't actually good. If you want to clean something up, if you feel like something's not being made clear during an impeachment, then come back on redirect examination and fix that. And if there's something specific about the procedure of the impeachment that you're not okay with, maybe they didn't show you what they were handing the witness and you wanted to see it, just ask for that. Your Honor, I would just ask that I can see what's being handed to the witness before it is handed to the witness, right? Don't make the improper impeachment objection. It's not real. You can't really defend it. What should you do if you're on the receiving end of an improper impeachment objection? Here's what I recommend. If the other side stands up and says, objection, Your Honor, improper impeachment, my response would be, Your Honor, I would ask that opposing counsel explain what exactly it is about this impeachment that they're finding to be improper. Because again, there's no rule for improper impeachment, so saying that doesn't really mean anything. It's on the other side to explain what exactly it is that they find improper. 9 times out of 10, they're not really going to have a very good answer for that, and they're going to look dumb and you're going to win the objection. But let's say miraculously they do have a great answer. Maybe they say, well, Your Honor, this is an improper impeachment because he or she is impeaching on something that's not really an issue. And this person didn't give a prior and consistent statement. What they're saying right now on the witness stand is consistent. And, they say something really intelligent sounding like that. Then I would encourage you to just respond in the moment. I wouldn't say something like, Your Honor, this is a fake objection. I think a lot of judges would be confused if you said that, especially since many of them have heard real attorneys in their jurisdiction making this ridiculous objection over and over again. Some of them are just used to it. So we can start with, Your Honor, I would ask opposing counsel to be specific about what exactly they think is improper here, and then just respond in the moment to what they come up with, if they manage to come up with something intelligent. My guess is you're not impeaching a witness if they didn't actually contradict something on the stand, or you're doing what's called an impeachment by omission, which is they've made something up on the stand that you didn't know before. Right? You're not making an impeachment, I'm guessing anyway, if it's not falling into one of those two categories. So just say that. Your Honor, we do believe that this witness has contradicted themselves, and if opposing counsel has a problem with it, they can clear it up on redirect examination, but the jury deserves to hear what was said before compared to what was said now. So don't make this objection. Avoid it. Even if you're super tempted and you're sitting there and you're like, I don't like this, I want to object to improper impeachment, don't do it. It's not going to work. It's not effective. And if you're on the receiving end, punish the other team. Don't let people get away with this foolishness anymore. I'm tired of it. It's time to just kick this objection to the curb because it's not even real to begin with. If you want some more help with objections, it's one of my favorite topics to talk about, and I love meeting with teams and helping them get better with objections, and I'd love to help your team with that too. I offer coaching appointments one-on-one and with entire teams. If you want to learn more about my availability and what exactly that looks like, or to just schedule an appointment, you can click a link in the description below on YouTube or in the show notes on podcast platforms. But as one final word, no more improper impeachment objections. Get rid of them. No more.